one. Let's go. Okay, we're back with another condensed Go game. This one, little speed match replay, and it's the closest game I've ever played. This is from a few years ago. I was kind of at the peak of my play because I was at about 8K here, up against a 9K player. That's about the highest I've ever gotten, I think. 8K, 7K, something like that. So I was playing a lot, and this is a tight match. So we'll just dive right in. I haven't replayed this back. I don't know exactly how it unfolds, but we will just kind of look at the big moves. We're not going to get too into the weeds. Try and do this semi-quickly and just see how the strategy kind of unfolded in this game. Excuse me. And you can see to start. So we've each basically taken a corner. Got a 4-4 and a 4-4 and a 3-4 and a 3-4 each. And that's pretty standard. Instantly, I attack that upper left. Kind of abandon it and throw a stone into the middle there up in the upper portion. But he keeps kind of pushing that corner, so I have to respond, make sure I don't get killed off up there. And that's nice. I kind of had the advantage there playing first. And now that gives me that. This is an important move, right? We got a huge gap in between these two stones. If we can jump in the middle like we did, all of a sudden we're saying, hey, we want this whole upper portion of the board. White just leaves it alone and starts attacking my stone in the bottom right. I got to respond again. So I'm leaving these battles early and saying, hey, I think I'm safe with these two. I'm going to jump out here and try and not let you have this huge space in the middle there between those two white groups. White has to respond to that. He doesn't want me taking the middle. Wasn't too aggressive, gives me the opportunity to jump 3 lines away from my initial throw in there and extend. Look at that. We got 3 stones already. I'm giving up that left-hand corner and saying, hey, you can take that. But it's given me the opportunity to probably get a nice little chunk on the bottom. So, well played. And I still have this bottom right. White can certainly pressure that. There's lots of open space there. And there we go. That's a nice little extension, right? Oh, White just ignores it and says, hey, I don't want you to cut me off. He doesn't want me sneaking around and cutting off that group of 2, right? So this bottom portion of the board has really turned. What looked like it was going to be White's setup, I might end up getting that whole bottom of the board. Oh, jumped ahead 2 moves. So I bolstered up the bottom right, and then White starts attacking this upper left, saying, hey, you can see what he's doing. He's putting the pressure on this stone and forcing me to, probably play here next, and then to, I'll save my 2 eyes. But the ulterior motive with White doing this, first of all, he's strengthening that group of 2 into 3, making it a little stronger because there's still a cutting point there. But you can see he's got a line building out here, and he's got another one out here. If he can play like 1 more stone in here in the middle somewhere, he'll link those 2 up and pretty much take over half that left-hand side of the board. So that's his move. It looks like I'm probably going to have to respond, sure enough. Oh, but then White doesn't jump in. He attacks the bottom right instead. Interesting. Okay. I got to respond to that. Nice little extension. I like that play. This was a little weak. Good positioning in that it's in the corner, but there's no real strong connections. Now we have 5 stones down there. He can't just, start cutting me off. I should be able to save that bottom right-hand corner, no problem. This last play by White, I like it. He's putting the pressure kind of up this way, right? So I'll probably have to respond here, like at R16. But then that gives him the opportunity with the next play to jump out here, probably to like R11, and then build a base on that right-hand wall. At least that's what I would do. Apparently not. What I would do is actually take that space for myself and say, hey, if you want to jump in there. Actually, I kind of like that because you know what? I'm extending this group up. That's now a really solid group on that lower right-hand portion, but it's also pressuring the stone and saying, hey, if you want to take the chance and push up this way on your own, I can still stop him, and this group up here has got a nice solid foundation, the little framework going so that he's probably not going to, he might win some territory, but he's not going to pressure me and kill me off. So I actually kind of like that move. I take it back. There we go. So that's a pretty aggressive play. He jumps it a little further than I would have thought, but then now we're going to put him on the defensive by cutting him off. I like that because this group of 2 of mine, it can go left and connect up. It's okay. If we lose a bit of space up here, it is what it is. It's fine. in that upper right-hand corner, but I'm saying, hey, I'm cutting this stone off from this stone, gonna slice right down the middle, and now he's got two groups that are separate that are both in trouble and weak. So he's gonna try and connect those up. And he sort of does. He ends up getting... Oh, is he going to get out? He does get out. I think I sort of misplayed that there a little bit. I could have cut him off. It's okay. Don't want to get too stuck in the weeds. We'll just carry this forward. Okay, let's pause it right there. So white's going to be safe up here, most likely, right? Especially now that he's connected through. This is kind of a funky group. He'll probably get an eye up there, maybe another one there. So even if I do cut him off here, whatever, around here, probably fine. But with white's last move coming out here, that's kind of a nice play. He's saying, hey, I want this big box out here. And it's given him... I'm surprised he still hasn't played something out here in one of those spots just to seal up that left. That's wide open, so I'll be curious to see what I do with my next move. I do a similar play, actually. I'm kind of mirroring what he's got. So he's got this box down here, and now by jumping out, I sort of had this framework already, and now I'm saying, hey, I want this box. He's got this one, I want that upper one. Okay. I like that. White's showing that he's probably going to do a shape like this for that group, because he doesn't want me pushing in here, because this is a lot of space he can capture, kind of posturing up. But still, this is wide open. There's one big move left on the board, and it's been there for a while. We are 64 moves in, and no one has played in the middle left-hand side of the board. That's a big play, whoever goes there next. There we go. Yeah, you can't just leave that. That's a huge... If he had played that, that's almost game over, because he's going to get that whole left-hand side. You can't have that. So now he's got to pick a side to bolster up, either the upper portion or the bottom left. Kind of played neither, actually. Interesting play. Okay. I don't know if I like that move, because now he's saying I can still slide up. He hasn't blocked me. I can still slide up this way, and he's showing that he wants to capture this corner, but I don't love it. He's also then left this corner open for attack too. So there we go. I attacked the bottom corner. Let's attack those three. Ooh, then he gets aggressive and says he's going to do the same thing that I did to him up in this upper right-hand corner. He sort of jumped in with two, and then I split him. Exactly what he's doing here. I have two. He split me right down the middle and forced me into potentially two weak groups. Oh, so we got a battle going on down here now. I tried to cut underneath along the left-hand side. He cut, put him in Atari, put him in Atari down there. All right, looks like I'm going to get the better of that battle, I would say. Yeah, so that, if we just pause it there, I would say we're going to be safe over here now. We can certainly get an eye in here. I can probably get another one up at the top, or maybe one down here at A6, something like that. Probably going to live there on the left-hand side, and I still have the opportunity to sneak out this way, right? Because he wants this big circle. You can see what he's trying to do, but if I can sneak in that side, I can also sneak in that side. I can still cut him right there too, right? At, what's that, D14. So, putting the pressure on white. I like it. Trying to sneak through, bolstering up. Puts me in Atari. That's fine. Okay, so that group's safe now. I think that's okay. Maybe he can attack that still, but I probably should throw in one more play right there, right? At A7, and that guarantees my two eyes. But is what it is. White now showing, by playing with this last move, this is a big group that he wants, right? That's in pretty good shape, actually. He's got that perimeter. If he plays one move there, and then somehow seals me up along this bottom, that's a big portion of the board. And I recognize that, and I want to push in. He tries to block. So now I'm going to try and probably filter in from all kinds of different angles. You can see I'm poking and prodding. Trying to poke in down here where he doesn't have that solid of a wall. Trying to poke in through this way where he didn't have that solid of a wall. Now I'm trying to sneak around this way because it's totally wide open. So he's going to probably keep blocking me. See, yeah, another poke. I like that play of mine. That's bolstering up this group. That's a really solid perimeter now, and saying also, hey, I'm going to sneak down and try and split that line that you have there. There we go. Blocks it. I did the same on the left-hand side now. He threatens with this move. I don't love this move. He plays here at what B11, saying, hey, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to cut you here. I'm going to cut you off these two. But that's fine because I can, with that next play, I don't have to connect to the left-hand side. I can go up this way. And even if I don't quite make it up there, there's enough space in here that I can probably live. And I can also threaten these three too, right? Because they're not connected yet. Building a little framework up there. Threatening to cut him off. I like that play. This is super loose up here. Look at this. This is, wow. There's like no strong connections up here. Just a lot of posturing and territory that we're saying and showing that we both want, but we haven't really captured it yet. There's huge holes that both of us can sneak through. White shifts over to the left-hand side of the board, attacking this single stone. You know what? Fair enough, because he's trying to build, I think, an eye out here, and maybe he's got a second eye up there, right? This group's it's not in the greatest shape of his white. I could potentially kill that off. So I think that's what he's doing there, is saying, hey, I'm going to try and get an eye over here on the bottom left while attacking that single stone, right? Block him from coming in. Okay, extends the base up at the top. So he's probably safe there now. He's got an eye in there. He'll have one up the top. So now he's safe to jump in here. And, you know, I have this perimeter that I'm trying to get, right? If you sort of trace the outline of that. And he's doing the same thing I was doing before. He's trying to sneak in this way. I have a super loose connection here between these stones. Like, these two are not attached. Those two are not attached. This one's all by himself. This one's kind of on its own. And there's a huge space in here that he can exploit. But bolster up those two and also threaten his. Okay, and then we jump down to the bottom of the board. Interesting. He's kind of taking the aggression role here. But there we go. But I'm trying to push through. Now I'm up at the top, threatening up there. So we're into like almost, it feels like endgame type plays now. We're 126 moves in, like 2/3 of the way through the game. And these are just fine-tuning the edges of our territory. Oh, I like that play of his. That's this could be trouble. Wow, because that was a smart. What was the last play? I'm just gonna jump back one play. Yeah, okay. This is a smart play on his part. What's that? J2. Because I can play here and cut that stone off, but then with the next play, he goes out here. This stone is then dead, and then he also kills these three. So this is a potentially big kill for white. He can basically win all that territory that I thought I had. And that also puts this group at risk now too, right? Now I'm going to have to probably connect up this way. I might end up having to abandon these 4 stones just to save this group here. And you know, if I play here, I like that because then I'm threatening to cut these 2 off. He probably has to play here next. And then that gives me a chance to play down here. He probably plays here. Then I officially, eventually connect underneath. And then this group of like 6 or 7 stones is safe. I think that might be what happens. Or I sneak up and try and cut him off. He eventually takes that one. I still keep pushing. I like it. Aggressive. We have an opportunity now to make a kill. I can probably get one eye down here, but now I'm threatening these 3, which I mentioned before, and also this stone. So if I can connect up here, connect one, and kill one of those groups off, then this group is also safe. It was a longer shot, I think, to do that, but we have to at this point. Okay, so we get that kill, which is nice, but now I don't foresee this group connecting up here. He can block that, right? Oof, and now he also blocks the connection down here. I can't jump underneath now and connect because I have this group, which is going to be safe on the lower right-hand corner. This group's in no man's land right now. That's not in good shape. I can't connect underneath this way. He's also cut off the connection this way. Ugh, I don't know what's going to happen. This could get killed off. Let's see. Okay, so that was the play I was talking about. Oh, before he leaves it, then I leave it. Ah, interesting. I don't know. That's an important position right there because it puts him into Atari here. and also threatens these three, and then I can probably cut him off. I don't know why I ignored that. It's interesting. I don't know why we both ignored that. Cuts me off there. So we're attacking the middle of the board. We're each kind of like firming up our positions here, right? Firming up the perimeter of this group. These are pretty roughly traced, and he's got this one, right? Something like that. So we're just kind of, it's a center border between our two groups. We're both fighting over some meager stuff. Ooh! White gets aggressive again now with the next move. I didn't see this. Out of the blue, he attacks the upper left-hand group of mine. Okay. I don't think that's going to work, is it? I don't know. Then I just left it alone. Wow. Okay. Now I'm saying I'm going to attack those three. He doesn't do anything. Put him in Atari. No, not Atari. There we go. There's Atari. Oh, this group of mine's going to be safe. That's so weird. He just kind of like left this alone. I'm going to kill it off, and that's going to make this group safe. That's a potential game saver. He just... There we go. Take it. Wow. I think he misplayed that because now this is totally safe. Wow. Interesting. That would have been probably the game at this point if he had killed that group of mine off. But it lived. Okay. It's a little bit back and forth, right? This is a close game. Like I said, closest game I've ever played, apparently. Now I'm threatening to kill those three off at the bottom. Extending, pressuring, extending, pressuring. Now we move to the upper right-hand corner, which is fine. Okay, battling over some small stuff there. Just like end move games. 180 moves in now. Like I said before, we're just firming up that border between our two big groups. Trying to win a couple points here and there where you can. Poking in. Solidifying the borders. A couple minor Ataris here and there. This group of mine... yeah, probably dead, right? It's only got 2 liberties. He can kill this group off. Yeah, I think that's going to die. Yeah, it's not going to make it. But this upper left-hand group, I think that's still safe, I think. Yeah, put an Atari... Maybe not, actually. Could go sideways, but we can probably fly through the last few moves here. 210 moves in. Yeah, end game type play. Oh, interesting. So it said white won that upper corner. Did I lose the game because of that? Estimate the score. White by half a point. Damn, because he won that upper left-hand corner. Was that even... I wonder if I could have saved that. I'm going to play that out real quick. But yeah, white by half a point. That's why we played so many of those little end game plays at the end. You're just filling in the little gaps because a point was literally the difference in this game. So if it happened to be there was one extra space left for the very last move and I got it, I would have won the game. But white ended up winning by half a point. But I swear now, I'm just going to go back to the board. So if I were to play this out, I guess because I can take this guy, but then he goes here, and then I got to go in, and I lose both my eyes up in the left, up in the top left corner, I should say. But it's here. I can put him in Atari. I can kill him, and then only lose... Yeah, so I think white killed me off up there. That sucks that's how I lost the game. Damn. Oh, that he was probably sitting on that the whole game. And I mentioned that earlier too, right? I did say, like, I should probably throw one more in there just to make sure that's safe. I would have won the game if I had done that. When you have those groups that are borderline, and it only takes like one play to either save it or to kill it, you should probably play it safe and throw in to keep your eyes and make sure, hey, this group's totally safe. He might have been watching that the whole game and said, hey, all right at the end, we'll just throw in there with one of the last remaining moves, and ended up winning the game because of it. Wow. Anyway, that's probably it for today. How long are we at here? 19? Yeah, not too bad. For a long game and really playing it through, front to back, and it was tight, right? That was back and forth. Whew, he could have won it earlier. I could have won it later. Back and forth battle. I like it. Closest game we've ever played. Until the next time we have a close one. So until then, take it easy and let's go.